Yes. Yes. Oh, there we go.
Hello? Can you hear me, Juan and Drew?
Yeah. If my mic is on.
Talk to her because I can't.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, I can hear you. Oh.
30. Maybe we can in the next break.
You.
But I'm just trying to see if I can communicate with Juan.
Hello.
Is this Juan or Drew?
This is Drew.
Drew, okay. Just make sure you can hear me okay.
Yep, we can hear you good. We're gonna be in downtown East Moline.
Downtown Moline?
East Moline, downtown.
East Moline, okay. Downtown East Moline.
Yep. All right.
All right, I'll have that as your location for the next hit.
All right. Thank you.
Next hit. God, imagine having 4 kids
From WQAD News 8, this is Good Morning Quad Cities.
Good morning, Quad Cities. It's Thursday, February 13th. I'm Devin Brooks.
I'm Ava Hedges.
And I'm meteorologist Andrew Stutzky. Good morning.
Good
Morning. Well, we are even looking at more weather impact alerts as we get into the weekend. But for right now, it's the colder temperatures.
Yeah, what a difference in those temperatures. I mean, wind chills below zero this morning. We're in the single digits. The new snow will do that to you.
It almost feels like it should be colder when it's snowing, not after the snow. Is there like a reason for that, or?
That's just the refrigeration effect. When you get that deeper snowpack on the ground, it kind of acts like a natural fridge and freezer, and down those temperatures go.
And those temperatures will make you cold just looking at them as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be one of those days where you look outside, it's like, oh, look at that bright sunshine. It looks warm. No, not going to feel that way at all. So let's make sure we are layered up and ready to go for today. Don't even think poor Mr. Cooper is going to be able to get a walk today. It's just simply going to be too cold for both of us. Let's get outside right now, live look at traffic, because of course everyone wants to know what do the roads look like this morning. Well, the interstates for the most part are fairly clear. Bridges look excellent. I think the bridges look better than any other stretch of roadway we've got going on right now. But the interstate, the shoulder on the right-hand side and the left-hand lane, the passing lane, still needs a little bit of work and some love here this morning. So be careful with that. No big delays, no accidents. That is certainly some good news. Let's take you to the road conditions right now. And we have one little strip of green on Interstate 80 west of the Quad Cities. That's it. Everyone else has either completely or partially covered roads with snow. Last of the flurries working their way off to the east, so we say goodbye to those. And hello to the cold. We're now at 6 degrees, and it feels like 11 below in the Quad Cities. It's only 3 in Dubuque and Galena and 5 in Maquoketa. Look at the wind chill there. 14 below in Clinton, 15 below in Dubuque and Galena right now. So bundle up. Lots of sunshine today. Not going to move temperatures much. Low teens is what we're expecting. Weather impact alert now in place for tomorrow evening. Heads up if you've got dinner plans for Valentine's Day. I wouldn't cancel them, but you're going to need some extra time to get there. We'll be tracking the next round of snow and how much we could potentially see coming up.
All right, thanks, Andrew. Well, this morning, the beast is out on the prowl, checking our road conditions.
News H. Drew Coffee, where are you and what are you seeing?
Hey Devin, hey Ava. Right now we're in downtown East Moline on 15th Avenue. And like Andrew said, you can definitely feel the cold. On the way out to the beast, actually at the station, it hit me like a sack of potatoes. But as you can see here in East Moline, the conditions aren't too bad. We know that in Moline, we're seeing a lot of the right side of the street being a little more congested compared to the left side. But here, you know, we're actually seeing some pretty clear roads going on here, just some snow buildup, and really not a lot of snowfall going on either. Maybe some flurries going on right now, but like we mentioned, and like Andrew mentioned, the temperatures have gotten very substantially colder than yesterday, and we will continue to cover the roads all across the Quad Cities this morning, but now we'll just kick it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, yeah, a lot of roads looking like that, especially on the side streets in a lot of the city areas. All right, thank you, Drew. We'll check back in with you later. Now we want to take...
All right, you're all clear, Drew.
Yeah, they just told me to make sure I have the camera on the road instead of on me, so that's what I'm doing. I think they're planning on doing that in between hits. I believe our next hit's around 518.
My house isn't too far away. I'm gonna go grab my glasses.
Okay, cool.
Oh man, what a day.
Well, welcome back into Good Morning Quad Cities here. Time right now is just a little bit after 5:10 on this Thursday morning. Watch out for some slick road conditions at times thanks to some of the leftover snow that we had yesterday. Some really impressive numbers coming in, and I'll have that full report here coming up in just a little bit, including more than 8 inches in Maquoketa, Solon on the Iowa side, Muscatine at 5 inches, almost 5 inches in Mount Carroll. 4.5 in Davenport, 4 in Geneseo, 4 in Clinton, and about 4 here in Moline. And I'll have that full list for you coming up here just a little bit later. Though no traffic delays right now, be careful with the interstates. The left-hand passing lane still needs a little bit of work, and of course that right shoulder crews are working on that right now. No accidents to report, thankfully. Let's try and keep it that way. Look at all the pink still on the map. You've only got one little slice of green on Interstate 80 west of the Quad Cities. Otherwise, everyone else is snow covered this morning and slick, and you can see that right there. Temperatures have really fallen this morning, single digits, so that road salt just is not doing too much. You can see the crews out here. This is downtown Rock Falls. They're out there working, trying to salt and clear away some of that snow. I want to talk about what happened yesterday because a lot of folks were ready to fire me by Facebook. That's what I was calling it yesterday, because we got to noon in the early afternoon, the snow quit. Everybody said, oh, that's over. The weathermen are wrong. Well, we had that other round come in later in the evening, and there's the radar. So we had that dry slot first, then that heavy snow returned. So it was a long duration snow event. However, areas well south of the Quad Cities, you did indeed miss out on the bulk of the snow. We saw not only the storm track shift a little further south at the last minute, but look at all of this thunderstorm activity along the Gulf Coast and just to the north. That actually cut off some of the moisture that we were supposed to get up here into the Quad Cities, lessening some of those snowfall amounts, especially south of the Quad Cities. So winter storms are very dynamic. They can be very unforgiving when it comes to snowfall forecasts. And that's why I talked about what goes into a snowfall forecast yesterday, because a lot of those dynamics were certainly in play. 6 degrees is what we're waking up to this morning. It feels like 11 below zero, and it gets even worse the farther north you go, where we're dealing with single digits even more widespread. And take a look at these wind chills, 14 to 15 below is what it feels like in Clinton and Galena this morning. So it will stay chilly today. That fresh snowpack refrigerates the air, and even with full sunshine, we're not going to escape the low to mid-teens this afternoon. And of course, that means it's going to get cold tonight. We're going to drop to single digits both above and below zero with wind chills of about 10 to 15 below. Tomorrow, though, a completely different story. We're going to crank up a south wind. Yes, some sunshine in the morning, then we'll get clouds in the afternoon, double the temperatures, 30, and then comes in the next round of snow by tomorrow evening. So that's part of our next weather impact alert. It's from 4 o'clock Friday evening through much of Saturday. The impact will be snow, which is heavy at times, and of course there will be some difficult travel. Now, everyone wants to know about Valentine's Day. You got plans, you got dinner plans. Yes, it's going to snow, likely during your evening dinner. We're noticing a little bit more of a southward trend here to the snow shield. Does this mean travel is going to be impossible and you should cancel your dinner plans tomorrow? Personally, I'm not canceling my dinner plans. I just take a little extra slow. I think you're going to be okay. But keep in mind, yes, there will indeed be some snow falling here. We're going to get a little bit of a break from that, and then the potential for more snow coming in here as we go into Saturday morning throughout the afternoon. Right now, if you look at snowfall totals, just an early peak, I don't have numbers on this because it is early, but it does appear most of us are kind of in that 2 to 4 inch range, perhaps some isolated higher amounts, especially north, and then you got another strip of higher amounts right here along Interstate 80. So early estimates, about 2 to 4 inches. We've got a lot of agreement on that this morning. Look at all the lines honing in right here. Not much going above that. So 2 to 4 looks like a good bet as we head into the start of the weekend. Then it gets cold again, and we have to have another weather impact alert for early next week for dangerous wind chills. We'll track that next.
Hey guys, what do walk-in showers and Valentine's Day have in common? That's right, Sweetheart Savings here at Midwest Bath. This month on all walk-in showers, take 30% off product, 30% off installation, and no payments for 12 months. Our beautiful and luxurious acrylic showers emphasize your safety with adjustable shower heads, folding seats, and grab bars. Schedule your free estimate and we'll bring the samples and let you design your new walk-in shower on a tablet. You won't get a sugar rush from all these savings, but I just might. Call Midwest Bath today.
A lot of red on here. So we've got some red for Friday night for snow, red for Saturday for snow as well. And then we have more red for Monday morning, because if you look at that, 9 below zero for the temperature, wind chills likely 25 to 30 below as we wake up on Monday morning. So a lot of winter crammed in the next few days. Definitely make sure you're bundled up and ready for it. We'll keep you ahead of it as we go on here.
All right, thanks, Andrew. $5 billion, up from last year's $25.8 billion, and surpassing the previous record of $27.4 billion set in 2020. ABC's Zareen Shaw has a look at this year's Valentine's Day trends.
Whether you're celebrating your significant other or someone else in your life, Valentine's Day is the perfect opportunity to show the ones you love just how much you care.
The bulk of gifting will definitely be going towards significant others. But we're also seeing consumers, particularly younger consumers, also gifting more for friends, for coworkers, using this holiday as an opportunity to celebrate a lot of the other different relationships in their lives outside of just romantic love.
The National Retail Federation reports that the most popular gift categories this year include candy, flowers, greeting cards, and evening out and jewelry.
Jewelry is the biggest area of spending. Consumers will drop a significant amount of money on jewelry gifts this year.
You can expect chocolate to be more expensive this Valentine's Day. A report from Wells Fargo shows that the price of cocoa has more than doubled since the beginning of 2024. For a cheaper option, consider shopping for treats that contain less cocoa, try a generic alternative, or shop around for an in-store discount.
Similar to what we've seen in the past, most consumers plan to purchase their Valentine's Day gifts online, but also at department stores, discount stores, and of course, florists.
And of those not celebrating the holiday, 28% still plan to mark the occasion in some way.
While most people still celebrate because it's important to their significant other or partner, almost as many people also say that they like the holiday because it's an excuse to do something fun with family or friends.
Zoreen Shah, ABC News Los Angeles.
Time is 5:17, still ahead. The storm may be over, but there's still plenty of snow covering the ground.
We give you a look at the current road conditions around our area and tell you about the second storm coming this week.
Still ahead, ready for the postseason. The Sherrard girls basketball team has been strong throughout the regular season, and now the Tigers look ahead to what's next. Hear from the team next in sports.
But first, News 8's Shelby Kluver gives us a preview at what's coming up in today's brewing segment. Good morning, Shelby.
Hey, good morning, guys, and happy Thursday to you. We have a new beer to talk about today on an all-new What's Brewing. Kurt, what you got for us?
We made a Vienna lager, and we named it Long Dog Lager for our Basset Hound Bash.
That's right, you heard that right. There's a Basset Hound Bash happening not this weekend, but next Saturday in LeClaire. We'll talk all about it on an all-new What's Brewing at 11.
And here's a live look from the Beast. Right now it's in Moline. And you can still see some snow on the roads, especially in those turning lanes there. But for the most part, those roads are looking a little bit better. We'll be right back after this short break.
Yeah, well, Hawkeyes still trying to find their rhythm after losing big man Owen Freeman for the season. The Hawks on a 3-game losing streak and looking to snap that against Rutgers. Iowa without Drew Thelwell due to an ankle injury. Jumping to the second half, Iowa down by 3. It's Josh Dix with a fadeaway 3-pointer. It's good to tie the game up at 53. Under 8 minutes to go in the game, it's Laji Dambele with the board, and he earns 3 points the old-fashioned way. Iowa up 61-58. 3 minutes to go, it's Josh Dix with the jumper. He finishes with a team-leading 26 points. And now it's Peyton Sanford getting in on all the action. He knocks down a 3 to put the Hawks up by 5. Sanford finishes with 20 points. The Hawkeyes pick up their first road win of the season, 84-73. The Illinois men's basketball team comes off a win against a hot UCLA team. The Illini hold off the Bruins to end their 7-game win streak. Kasparis Yakachonis leading Illinois with 24 points, and Tomislav Avicic putting up 16 to help propel the orange and blue to the 5-point win. Illinois knows a big piece to their success is being fully healthy again, and the Illini are happy to have some of their big playmakers back on the court.
We need everyone for big games. We need everyone, and now everybody is getting healthy. So I think as more as we go, the better we will look, because our pieces will set up.
I've said it many times, we're really good when we have all the pieces and the pieces fit together. But I thought our passing, we're a good passing team. We're going to live with some turnovers, but I thought once we settled in, we were pretty good.
Illinois will have a big test Saturday, taking on number 11 Michigan State. The Sherrard girls basketball team has had a strong season from the jump and have continued the pace throughout the year. Now the Tigers are receiving some accolades for their hard work. Sherrard earns first place in the track after beating Mercer County. The Tigers finish with a 9-1 conference record and sit at 19-5 overall. Now the focus is on one thing, the postseason. The Tigers are looking to ride their momentum into the coming weeks and say they have confidence in themselves to do just that.
We're really excited to go into the postseason. Coming off of 2 losses, I think that really sparked us to just want to do well. A lot of us are seniors, so we want to really do well in the postseason, just play for each other.
It's one game at a time for sure. You know, we've got to be ready to play defense, you know, every night. And, you know, if we can go one game at a time, you know, I think we can be successful and hopefully we can make a run.
I really want to go as far as we can because we've only won a regional so far that I've been on varsity. So I want to win a regional again, go to sectionals, hopefully win a sectionals and try to go to state. I mean, I'm sure it's everyone's dream to go to state, but I think we really can do it if we set our minds to it. And I think we're pretty set.
Sherrard will play in the regional at Orion on Monday. That's it for sports. Have a great Thursday, Quad Cities.
All right, time right now is coming up on 5:25. Before we get to traffic, I actually want to show you that list of snowfall measurements. Just got it all put into the computer. And yeah, if you look at the map too here, you can see where that heaviest snow fell yesterday, even into early yesterday evening. And that is with the pink and the fuchsia color right up there near Macokota and Clinton, and then of course the amounts gradually went lower as you went to the south. A reminder, if you do not see your hometown on this map, on my list there, it's because I don't have a measurement. There's nothing automated about measuring snowfall. There's no machine, no piece of technology that does it. It involves us going outside, sticking that ruler or that tape measure in the ground, and then telling us what you're seeing. So if you have a chance this morning, go ahead and do that. You can either send it to me on Facebook, email, lots of different ways you can get me your snowfall measurement. I would love to see more towns added to that snowfall measurement list there. Traffic this morning is quiet, no major delays, no major accidents. Be careful though, those side streets are messy and the left-hand lane and the right shoulder on the interstates is messy as well. We have another weather impact alert coming up for snow before the weekend, and we'll start tracking it as GMQC continues.
It's just about 5:30. Good morning. Before you start your day, I want to bring you 3 things to know. Number 1, Davenport's daily mobile speed cameras are moving to a new location this morning. Today, they will be stationed in the 5700 block of Division Street and along the 3100 block of Harrison Street. The mobile enforcement will set up at 40 locations throughout the city, constantly changing locations.
And number 2, tomorrow is the last day to cast your vote for the new Illinois state flag. The Illinois State Flag Commission chose 10 new designs last year, including one designed by 19-year-old Rock Island resident Brady Sinatra. You can also vote to keep the current state flag or reinstate the state's centennial or sequence centennial flag. And with number 3, here's Andrew.
We've got to give ourselves a little bit of extra time this morning. Those roads, especially side streets, residential streets, still getting some love and attention from crews this morning. So give yourself an extra minute or 2 there. Now, the interstates, those are in fairly good shape except for that passing lane in the right shoulder. So keep that in mind. No accidents, delays being reported right now. We have one teeny tiny little strip of green on Interstate 80 west of the Quad Cities. That is it for clear pavement. The rest of the roads at least have some partial snow on them. Any last flurry activity now moving out of the region this morning. And look at the cold. 6 degrees right now, feels like 11 below in the Quad Cities thanks to this fresh round of snow. You got 1 in DeWitt and 3 in Dubuque and Galena, but look at the wind chill, 15 below to the north. So let's make sure we're bundled up and covered up for that cold. It's going to stay cold today. Lots of sunshine, but only low teens for highs. Very deceiving. Looking warm outside. It will not be. We have another weather impact alert in place before the weekend, and yes, another round of snow that will impact your Valentine's Day evening dinner plans. We're going to be tracking the arrival of that and how much more snow we can expect coming up.
And speaking of snow, right now the Beast is out on the prowl this morning checking our road conditions. News 8's Drew Coffey, where are you now and what are you seeing?
Hey Devin, we just crossed the I-74 bridge now into Bettendorf, where right now we are on 18th Street in a local neighborhood. And as you can see, it doesn't look too bad right now. It's actually looking a lot better than the Iowa side looked yesterday, just because there was a lot more, congestion on the roads. And as you can see there's a truck turning off there. We've seen crews all around downtown Bettendorf this morning. So again, thank you so much to them for coming out here on these early hours for the past 2 days. But yeah, as you can see coming down this hill, still pretty smooth ride for drivers early this morning. Now we'll continue covering these roads around the Quad Cities as we continue through Good Morning Quad Cities, but we'll send it back to you, Devin and Ava.
Roads are still looking a bit slick, and you have to still watch your speed as well. It's very narrow, yes.
Yes, because some of those roads look like there's some snow still on the side, so you're going to want to check where you're driving and make sure you can see those double lines.
Drew Coffey live in Bettendorf. Thank you. And now we want you to take a look at this map on your screen. Here are the conditions of Illinois roads right now. see that there are clear spots, but it's also very patchy within residential areas, and the pavement has formed some ice and also some spots overnight, so you really just have to be careful on your morning drive. Now let's send it over to meteorologist Andrew Stutsky. We're still tracking more weather impact alerts in the days ahead.
That's right, yeah, and as soon as you said the word patchy, there was a patch of snow and ice that came up on the road right in that view. So what timing, my friend, my goodness. Yeah, be careful on the roads. Even interstates, you know, they look clear, but that passing lane and that shoulder still needing some extra attention from road crews, and they're working on that right now. Have not seen any accidents or anything like that so far this morning. That's good. And these road conditions will continue to improve as we go throughout the morning because the snow has now come to an end. Outside of a stray flurry or two, that's it. We have one little strip of green road, and I'm almost wondering if this may be a little error in the computer because everything else is blue and pink, indicating most of the roads are still quite messy this morning. Either way, give yourself a couple of extra minutes. Travel is not impossible. You can see even the main road here. This is Illinois 40 in downtown Rock Falls heading into Sterling. Still has a little bit of patchy snow and ice on it. Side streets, of course, still needing some work as well. Snowfall roundup. Let's get you that here right now real quickly. If you do not see your town on this list, it means we have not received a snowfall measurement. And there's nothing automated about measuring snow. There's no machine or no piece of technology that can do it. You have to literally go outside with your yardstick, your ruler, your measuring tape, and measure it, and then send us the information. So this is what we've got from many of our hometowns so far. Solon and Iowa side, the top spot, along with Loudon getting almost a foot of snow there, but 8 inches in Maquoketa. You've got 5 in Muscatine. Here in the Quad Cities, 4.5. You got 4 in Moline. I had 4 in Geneseo. So really those areas coming in line with that 4 to 6 inch forecast. The only people that really missed out, of course, are our southernmost hometowns. As you go into Warren, Henderson, also Knox County, this area here just really didn't get the amount of snow that many of us were anticipating. So quite a dynamic storm system. I'll show you why that was the case. A lot of folks were ready to call it quits by noon yesterday because we got that dry slot in here. But look what happened in the evening. It filled back in. This was a long duration snow event. We've been messaging that since day one that we've been talking about it. And that's why we had a weather impact alert in place for all day, because we knew more snow was coming. However, one of the limiting factors to the snow with this system was all of this activity right here along the Gulf Coast. Just an explosion of showers and thunderstorms and even severe weather. This cut off extra moisture that could have come our way, further enhancing not only the snowfall coverage, but the snowfall amounts. So winter storms, they're very humbling experiences. Not my first rodeo having to go through this, and certainly you learn a lot by each storm system that you have experience with. Now we talk about the cold and then our next round of snow. It's only 6 degrees outside right now. You've got single digits to the north. Wind chills are also biting too. 15 below is what it feels like in Galena this morning. Very close to that also in Clinton and DeWitt. We're 11 below for a wind chill here in the Quad Cities. Deceivingly warm looking today. You got tons of sunshine, but not a lot of warmth. This fresh snowpack is going to refrigerate the air quite efficiently. We only get up to the low teens today. As we go into tonight, it will be cold, 4 below 0. Some of you maybe even go colder than that. Thank goodness the winds are dying down, so the wind chill won't be nearly as big of a big deal. As we go into tomorrow, a much warmer day. We'll nearly almost double those temperatures, get us close to the upper 20s, near 30, with more clouds arriving, and then some snow. So that snow is part of a new weather impact alert for Friday night into much of Saturday. We're going to start it at 4 Friday. Yes, I know a lot of us have Valentine's Day plans for dinner, myself included. Am I going to cancel my plans? No. I'm just going to allow myself a little bit more time to get to the destination that I need to go to. So just keep that in mind. If you're not comfortable driving in snow, you probably should sit this one out. If you're confident and you can give yourself some extra time, I'd say keep your plans intact for Friday night. There you see that round of snow. It comes in for the evening commute, and then it leaves just as quickly as it gets here. And then we'll have another round of snow develop by Saturday morning, continuing into the afternoon in varying intensity, and then ending later Saturday evening. When you look at the early estimates for snow, this looks like a heavy band to the north and a heavy band to the south. I would say early estimates, 2 to 4 inches at this time. A lot of agreement with that too. You're seeing most of the numbers here, most of the lines right between that 2 to 4 inch range here. So I think that's a good bet looking at snowfall amounts heading into the weekend. Then we got to focus on more cold, and we'll track that right after this break.
Jennifer?
Yep, that's me, Jennifer.
I gotta go.
Don't meet strangers on Marketplace. Visit Premier Jewelry and Loan, where you'll get the best price paid in cash. So forget those sketchy Marketplace meetups. Come to a location that's been trusted for 10 years. Premier Jewelry and Loan.
It is going to get cold next week again. We have a weather impact alert for Monday morning because wind chills are expected to tank to about 20 to 30 degrees below zero. May even need additional half weather impact alert days for next week too, because look at the temperatures overnight. We stay below zero all the way through Thursday morning. So get ready. The cold is coming back.
In today.
Hank used to suffer from what felt like a cold and flu medicine hangover in the morning. Then he switched to Mucinex Night Shift. Mucinex is uniquely formulated to leave your system faster so you wake up ready to go. Try Mucinex Night Shift and feel the difference.
At DriveTime.com, we've been hard at work. And we finally did it.
Did you make it so I can finally see my real payments and shop for thousands of cars with no hit to my credit?
Wait. Yes!
Shop for cars online with no credit hit. Yeah! Go to DriveTime.com and get approved with no credit hit.
Good morning, Danny.
Hey, good morning.
Ava and Devin, hi.
Oh,
How was
did
it
you
getting
get...
out of your driveways this morning?
You know, it was a little bit tough. I think it helps that the snow was more so that fluffy kind and not, yeah, that tough that we're going to have on Saturday.
My apartment building nothing was cleared. Like the parking lot was not cleared. Like the street to get to the main road was completely covered in snow. Like thick too. Like they must have not cleared it since yesterday.
Yeah.
So that was really fun.
Oh, lady.
That was very fun navigating.
That's when you wish you had like the beast at home.
Yes, exactly. Like a giant Jeep or something.
We used to have that where they used to go around and pick people up in the Beast, some of the
Oh,
coworkers.
I need that.
I know.
That would have been good.
It's like, hey, where's my tip, right?
Right.
Yeah, Uber in on the Beast.
Uber, yeah. Let's see, do we have an app for that?
Don't forget to tip your driver.
Yeah,
Extra, I hear an extra advertising dollar there.
Hey, we'll take all that we can get in this economy, right? All right.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, we'll see you here in just a bit.
Okay.
Okay. Well, it's time now for the weekend rundown, helping you plan for the weekend ahead.
And there's a lot happening this weekend. Joining us to help sort through some of the events you shouldn't skip this weekend is Danny from the Luke and Hal Morning Show on WLLR. Good morning, Danny.
Good morning, Ava. Good morning, Devin.
All right, we all made it safe and sound, right? The day after the storm.
That's right.
Oh.
We may have a crick in our back from shoveling, but that's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We're falling.
Yeah, that means you're ready for the next one, right? With one down and another one to go.
Right.
That's right.
It was going to come sooner or later, right? So-
Exactly.
All right, and along with this topic, we might as well talk about what are some of the favorite sledding hills around the Quad Cities. So I put a list together, did some research. It's not a complete list. We're going to call it an unofficial list. But some that I came across: Camden Park in Milan, Linawick Park, Butterworth Park, Fredgeberry Park, Duck Creek Park, Devil's Glen Park, Scott County Park, Veterans Memorial Park, Prospect Park in our own backyard, Black Hawk State Historic Site, Lincoln Park, Longview Park, Middle Park, and Riverside Park. And then we also, of course, have to always mention Snowstar and Chestnut Mountain, our ski resorts that are within our area. So, hey, wherever you are, I'm sure there's something. And I'm sure everyone has even their own they would share, whether it's in their own backyard or it's a neighbor, or sometimes people may claim some main streets that have a really hilly type of,
I've always,
terrain.
the street on Brady Street in Davenport, it's such a steep hill. I'm like, oh my gosh, if it snowed and there were no cars on the road, obviously, that would be a really cool one to go down.
I want you to be safe.
Yes, yes. Emphasis on no cars on the road. That would be a really cool hill to go down.
But it's going to be very discretionary, right?
Yes.
So whatever suits your fancy.
Exactly.
Just please be safe, all right?
Once you go down there, though, you don't want to go back up.
No, nope, it's a one and done. You're over and done with.
Oh, you know what? We want to keep with the same theme, though.
Yes, so this is a Circus Olay performance on ice. Now, this is the first time they've been back in Moline in 10 years. It's a traveling acrobatic circus group kind of thing. But this performance, they're going to be on ice. You can catch it today through Sunday at the Vibrant Arena at the Mark. And when I looked online, tickets were selling really fast. And the first show's today at 7 p.m. Like I said, shows continuing throughout the weekend. I think it wraps up with a performance at 1 p.m. on Sunday. And today, you can tune into Good Morning Quad Cities at 11, where I'll be bringing you a live sneak peek of what you can expect from the performance.
Oh, we can't wait for that as well.
I can't wait.
That's a deep tease. That's what we call it.
Yeah, that's a deep tease.
Broadcast
Exactly.
business. Yes, yeah.
They're going to have me lace up my skates and do some of that. Yep.
Oh, okay, the challenge is on. We can't wait to see it at 11 o'clock.
I'll be watching.
It'll be all over the World Wide Web after that.
Exactly, sure.
And also some music you're talking about.
Yes. Did you guys ever do show choir in high school or?
I didn't even hear of show choir until I moved out here, but I was in choir in high school back home, but we didn't have show choir.
I didn't want to embarrass myself, but I, did in the back. But
You did okay.
Well, and I don't want to date myself, but I came from a very tiny school too, so there was nothing like that. But by the time my oldest daughter got into high school, they did what they called kind of a swing choir. It was mostly jazz hands. But this event on Saturday is way more than jazz hands. It's the Great River Show Choir Invitational. This is amazing talent. And we're talking all day long. It's like a $15 ticket, but you can come and go as you'd like. And you're going to see great show choirs from Iowa, Illinois, Wisconsin, including the hosts of the event, which is Davenport Central. They'll have a couple of teams there, Blue Vibrations and the Central Singers Incorporated. They're going to perform exhibitions, and Sudlow Middle School is there to do an exhibition too, and it really is super fun. They raise money for their show choir by hosting this event, and it blows my mind with the competition every year. If you want to find out more, GreatRiverShowChoir.com.
all right, and tell us about a pancake breakfast.
You know I love the pancakes, and you know I love volunteer fire departments, and this is going to happen on Sunday. So I don't know if I'm going to take my heart form and make them make me heart pancakes or not, but hey, it's a pancake breakfast at Reynolds, Illinois. It's for the Reynolds Volunteer Fire Department from 7 until noon, but it will be at the American Legion there in Reynolds. Love to see you there. They'll do some raffles and stuff too, and you know it goes for a great cause.
All right. Thank you so much, Danny, for joining us on Good Morning Quad Cities, and we'll see you next Thursday.
That's a deal. Take care, you guys.
Bye, Danny.
Coming up tomorrow on GMQC at 5, whether you're looking to lower your stress or improve your mental health, happiness can make a big difference. We look at some easy ways to add more joy to your life. We'll be right back.
This is such a great lesson for
All right, can you hear me now?
who's out there who may be in a special place in their life where they need.
Well, where is Colin's first hit? Right at the top of the 6. We're in Davenport right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see. Looking for a street sign.
Because we might.
Ooh, is it going to be chilly today? Our weather kid Presley from Monmouth tracking temperatures in the single digits this morning, chills below 0. Yeah, we got sunshine, but only low teens expected this afternoon. Bundle up. Another weather impact alert in place before we get to the weekend. How much more snow we're going to see? We'll track it coming up.
All right, thanks, Andrew. Still ahead on Good Morning Quad Cities. A move towards safer streets in Iowa under a new proposal, now one step closer to becoming law. Why Iowans could soon have new restrictions on their cell phone use and what exemption the bill makes for farmers.
And here's what's coming up today on our WQAD 8+ streaming app. More of GMQC rolls on.
Very, very cool. Very cool.
Hi, can you hear us, Miss Guy?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi.
Okay, hi, good morning.
Good morning.
All right. We will be with you here in just a few minutes. And pronounce your last name for us.
It's Trigil.
Trigil.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Thank you. See you in just a bit. Right now on Good Morning Quad Cities, a break from the snowfall for now, but there's still more work to be done out on the roads. An Illinois transportation official joins us live with an update on the hazardous conditions that remain this morning. What you need to know as you plan your commute and your weekend.
Plus, a move towards safer streets in Iowa under a new proposal, now one step closer to becoming law. Why Iowans could soon see newer restrictions on their cell phone use, and what exemption the bill makes for farmers.
And bitterly cold Arctic air has returned for the time being, only to get us ready for another round of impactful snow heading into the weekend. It is part of a weather impact alert, the track timing, and of course, how much more snow we're going to see coming up.
And coming up at 6:30.
It's honestly not too bad. Kind of used to it at this point. Obviously, we did it for 2 or 3 years.
4 boys, 4 schools, and 4 different remote classes. How one Rock Island family had mixed opinions on Wednesday's remote learning day and made it work in their busy household. Good Morning Quad City starts right now. We're taking a live look from our Bridgepoint camera as the snow clears up from the I-74 bridge, but winter conditions remain this morning. Good morning, Quad Cities. It is Thursday, February 13th. I'm Devin Brooks.
I'm Ava Hedges.
And I'm meteorologist Andrew Stutsky. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, bitterly cold morning and day ahead, but we're also tracking more weather impact alerts in the forecast.
Yeah, exactly. We have another round of snow on the way, and then what will follow is another round of some Arctic cold. When you build up this snowpack, the temperatures do nothing but plummet. So a lot to track. Stick with us through all of it, including how much snow some of you saw in your backyards with this latest event. Traffic-wise this morning, nothing delayed, no accidents being reported right now. However, if you're going on the side streets, they're still messy, and the interstates look fairly good, except for the right-hand shoulder and the left-hand passing lane. That can be a little patchy at times with some snow and some ice, so just be careful with that. We have most of our roads being partially covered, if not completely covered with snow this morning, so just give yourself an extra minute or two. Here's a live look at I-74 at 53rd Street, and you can see a little bit of that glaze that's still very much on the on and off ramps. Definitely use some caution with those. Last of the flurry activity moving out, so we're done with the snow for the day, but we're not done with the cold. My goodness, 5 right now, it feels like 12 below. Check out some of these other temperatures, 1 below in Clinton, and look at the wind chill, 16 below zero. So really got to layer up this morning. We will have ample sunshine, but it's going to look deceivingly warm. Temperatures not leaving the low teens today, and chills will stay in the single digits. We've got that new round of snow for the weekend. It is part of a weather impact alert as early as tomorrow night. How much snow we're expecting and when the roads will get nasty again, we'll be tracking it coming up.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Well, our team coverage of road conditions continues with News 8's Drew Coffey, who joins us from the Beast over on Taylor Street in Davenport.
Yeah, Drew, can you tell us what you're seeing right now? Road conditions, are people slowing down? How are things looking this morning?
Hey, Devin. Hey, Ava. Right now here on Taylor Street, it's looking a little more congested than those main roads here in Davenport. As you can see, the roads are still pretty untouched really by crews so far. And, you know, like you mentioned, we've seen cars kind of drive by a little slower, including those crews that we mentioned, dropping salt and kind of scraping off those more main areas. But right here in this kind of neighborhood area, it seems a little less touched. So just a little safety thing, make sure you guys are being careful when you're walking outside, and especially if you're deciding to shovel your driveway or your sidewalk, kind of listen to the safety tips that we've been giving you for the last 2 days. And so, but yeah, it's been pretty different here compared to the main road that we first came in on when we came into Davenport. But, you know, we'll continue covering the roads in the Quad Cities this morning. But right now we'll take it back to you, Devin, Ava, in the studio.
All right, thanks so much, Drew. And as Drew said, you can see some of those roads still aren't cleared in the residential streets, but we'll continue tracking conditions as they change throughout the morning.
Now heading to road conditions across the river and taking a live look out. Moline, you want to be prepared for any kind of snow that's on your morning commute, and takes you also on I-74 bridge at the Avenue of the Cities as well.
And right now, as hazardous conditions remain, crews are continuing their work to keep your commute safe.
They're also gearing up for conditions to potentially get worse again as we head into this weekend. Joining us now is Guy Tridgell, who's the Director of Communications for Illinois' Department of Transportation. Thanks for joining us. Let's start with what you are seeing and your crews out on the roads right now.
So we've had a full complement of trucks and vehicles out overnight. That's going to continue into today with cleanup on shoulders and ramps and that sort of thing. Conditions are starting to improve as the snow moves out, and certainly the sun is going to help matters. But we are watching for blowing and drifting, and with these colder temperatures, any moisture that's on the pavement has the potential to refreeze. So just asking the public to take it slow, build some extra time into their schedules if they're heading out this morning, and anticipate some slick and slippery spots likely into today and probably throughout the weekend.
And Guy, how many snowplows and drivers are out this morning, and what kind of shifts are they working?
Well, in our District 2, which includes the Quad Cities, there's approximately about 200 trucks out. We run 2 shifts, so we can have a full complement out around the clock. That's likely going to continue into today, and monitoring the weather for the coming weekend, which means we're likely going to have trucks and crews out well into the weekend. So we need people to be aware that if they do see our plows out when they're driving, to give them plenty of room to do their work and don't follow them too closely.
And you were just talking about ramps and shoulders. What are more of those trouble spots that you would have a day after the storm?
Really elevated surfaces, they're more prone to freezing. So bridges, overpasses, ramps, exit and entrance ramps, shaded areas as well. Areas where you don't tend to see as much traffic will freeze over a little bit more quickly.
And as you mentioned, all of these roads and trouble spots, what's the best way for commuters to find the current road conditions out there for themselves?
Gettingaroundillinois.com is the winter road conditions map. Updates almost up to the minute with what our plow drivers are seeing out there on the roads. It's a great resource to give people an idea of where conditions are at the moment. We just advise folks, like when they are traveling, it's always good to look ahead to where they're going. Conditions might be a certain way where you're at. They could be different in another location. So it's very important for people to be prepared and to give themselves plenty of extra time if they are heading out.
And speaking of looking ahead, this weekend, we're speaking of another storm. What are you preparing for there?
We'll have our trucks getting worked on likely when we have some downtime here. Making sure that we have material stocked and ready to go, and crews rested. We spend the entire year getting ready for winter, so this is pretty common for us. Whatever is thrown our way, we'll be ready for it.
All right, thank you so much, Guy, for joining us. Illinois Department of Transportation, thank you. And this morning, kids, at most, but not all of the QCA schools, which were closed yesterday, are now heading back to class. You can watch the bottom of your screen for updates. A handful of schools are either delayed or closed again today. And let's also take another look at the road conditions map that we just heard from and heard about. Now you can get an idea of what to expect this morning. Here's how Illinois roads looking. The pink lines you see here mark roads are at least partially covered with ice. In Moline, that includes part of Avenue of the Cities. Further east on I-80, some areas are still fully covered with ice or snow.
And turning back to Iowa, those blue dashes mean roads are slick and potentially hazardous. Now's the perfect time to download the WQAD 8+ app to follow the latest on our skies and roads. We have all of our regularly scheduled broadcasts on the app, plus live weather updates at 9 a.m., 2:30, and 8 p.m. And those updates are exclusively on the A Plus app. It's free to download on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV.
And if you don't have a smart TV, you can stay up to date with News 8 and Storm Track 8 apps on your phone. You'll get breaking news and weather alerts for your hometown. They're available right now in both the Apple and Android app stores.
Well, welcome back into Good Morning Quad Cities here on a Thursday. Time right now, almost 6:15. And speaking of time, give yourself some extra time as you're traveling this morning. Most of those main roads are in fairly good shape, interstates as well, but those residential side streets still needing a little work, and crews, of course, are out there doing that right now. We have another weather impact alert in place for tomorrow evening into the weekend. More on that in just a second. Let's get outside, confirm that, yes, indeed, we are seeing movement this morning on the interstates. No crashes, no accidents, no stoppages, delays right now. We're looking pretty good here. The only thing I'll say about the interstate, of course, is the right-hand shoulder is very slick, so if you need to pull over for some reason, be prepared for some extra stopping distance. Also be careful passing in that left-hand lane. There are still some patchy spots of some ice and some snow on those areas of the interstate. We've got everything covered nearly when you talk about roads this morning. So give yourself some extra time. That's why we have a whole bunch of school delays that are scrolling on the bottom of your screen, because some of those rural roads and country roads especially are quite slick this morning. But all the snow has come to an end. Now we've got the wind in play, and that is tanking wind chills this morning and also making road salt on the ground here, the surface, the pavement, not very effective. So that's why it's going to take a little bit longer to get these roads cleaned up. If you're curious how much snow fell, here's the list I have so far. A reminder that there's nothing automated about this when it comes to measuring snow. There's no machine, there's no piece of technology that does it. What you're seeing on the left is a radar estimation, and that's just an estimate. It's not always 100% accurate, but it does indeed depict that, yes, this area right here picked up the most snowfall, including 8.5 inches in Solon. You've got 8 inches in Maquoketa, probably a little bit higher in spots. And then you've got 4.5 here in Davenport, 4 in Moline, Geneseo. So if you do not see your town on this list, we need your snowfall report. You got to go outside, stick the tape measure in the ground, the ruler, let us know what fell. Of course, our southernmost hometowns looks like they really missed out on impactful snow. Roads a little bit nasty down there, but the worst of it was as you went closer to Interstate 80 and to the north. Now, we're not done with snow. There's another round on the way, but I want to talk about what happened yesterday, because at about noon, I was essentially fired by Facebook, if that's what I'm calling it this morning, because everyone saw that dry slot coming on the radar right here, and they said, that's it, the snow's done, shut it down. It's another busted forecast. Not the case, though. We had another round of heavy snow come in for the evening commute, and that was certainly impactful. But why did our southernmost hometowns miss out with this snow? The track shifted a little bit further to the north at the last minute, and these thunderstorms, widespread thunderstorms, hogged all the moisture, cut it off at the last minute, lowering our snowfall totals for much of the area, except if you live northwest. So there's your explainer as to what happened yesterday. It's a humbling job, let me tell you that. 5 degrees is your current temperature outside. It feels like 12 below zero. You've got temperatures actually below zero right now in Clinton, thanks to that new snowpack. And check out the wind chill, 16 below there, 15 below as you go into Stockton. What a difference this morning. We're going to get a lot of sun, but it's not going to warm us up. We're only going to reach the low teens this afternoon, so quite cold, and wind chills will remain in the single digits, and it's going to get cold tonight. Check this out, 4 below zero for an overnight low. Thankfully, the wind will lighten up. We get to tomorrow, wind will increase out of the south. We'll have some sun to start, cloudy skies in the afternoon, and look at that wall of white coming in from the west. So that's part of our next weather impact alert. From 4 o'clock tomorrow evening through much of Saturday, we're expecting another round of snow, which will be heavy at times, and that will result in difficult travel. What about Valentine's Day evening plans tomorrow? Do you have dinner plans? I would not cancel them. I'm not canceling mine personally. Just give yourself some extra time, because you see here right around dinner time, we've got that band of snow moving through. That will go away, and then we get a new round of snow coming in Saturday morning that sticks around for much of the day. Looks like a lighter snow compared to what we had yesterday, but it'll be wet and heavy in terms of that characteristic. And heavy band of snow to the north, another one around Interstate 80. I would say early estimates right now with this next snow tomorrow night and into Saturday is 2 to 4 inches for most. That's what we're seeing in our model data here. We've got a lot of agreement in this area right here. So 2 to 4 inches looks like a good bet. Certainly going to mess up the roads again. Check out some of the cold coming our way too. We'll track it next.
Ready to go for big savings? You've got the green light at Lou Fusz Kia Moline, formerly Courtesy Kia. Hurry in to save on the all-new K4, $219 a month. Sportages, $259 a month. Tellurides, $389 a month. Plus, when your car needs service, try our no-charge pickup and delivery from your home or office. Save big when the green light is on at Lou Fusz Kia Moline, home of the 200,000-mile warranty. Lou Fusz, we are family.
Weather impact alerts in place for tomorrow night into Saturday for that snow. Looks like about 2 to 4 inches there. Quiet skies on Sunday, and then we have a weather impact alert, not really for snow on Monday, but for the bitterly cold wind chills. That'll be 25 to 30 degrees below zero. And we're going to see overnight lows below zero nearly all of next week before we finally get some warmth in here as we head into week number 2. We've got more GMQC coming your way right after this.
with our morning weather and traffic report, Andrew.
Hey, good morning. Really quiet start. 5 degrees is the temperature right now. Not any warmth out there. And of course, we still have some slick spots on the roads too. Interstates for the most part are clear, but that shoulder, that right-hand shoulder, still has some slick areas. And also the passing lane, the left-hand lane, is a little slick too. Let's get you a live look at those interstates. There's Interstate 80 showing traffic is moving. I don't have any slowdowns right now, but yeah, road conditions map. Got a little work to be done here, and we'll hope to see less pink as the morning goes on. Either way, got to give yourself a little bit of extra time to get to your destination safely. Let's bring up the Storm Track 8 app really quickly. And there you see 5 degrees. It feels like 12 below. Layer up. We've got another weather impact alert to talk about before the weekend, and we'll get into that in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Well, a heads up as you start planning ahead for when we eventually move past these bitter cold days. All right, a live look at Grant Street in Bettendorf, heading on the I-74 bridge. And right now, those ramps are still looking icy, so be prepared for another morning of extra cautious driving. Now, in a minute, we'll head out to the beach for a live look from right outside the streets with News 8's Drew Coffey. But first, let's find out why we have another weather impact alert for this weekend. Andrew?
Yeah, we're going to be tracking another round of snow, and that likely means another round of nasty roads to go along with it. That weather impact alert will start as early as tomorrow evening. So heads up if you have Valentine's Day dinner plans. I'll take you through that here. And, kind of help you decide whether you should keep those plans or not coming up in a second. Interstates, still some work to be done on that passing lane on the left and the shoulder. And yeah, we still have a lot of roadways that are slick this morning. As you can see by the map here, a lot of pink, a lot of blue, indicating either half or fully covered roads. Bridges are also a little slick here too, so make sure you're giving those some extra attention. 5 degrees, it is bitterly cold. Wind chills below 0, really across the entire region, including 16 below in Clinton right now. So really got to bundle up. We're going to see a lot of sunshine today, but it looks deceivingly warm because we're only going to get temperatures in the low teens. We'll talk more about that weather impact alert coming up for tomorrow and the weekend, and when we could see wind chills get dangerously low again. It's part of another weather impact alert. A lot of red on the 8-day, but I'll guide you through it here coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, well, our team coverage of road conditions continues with News 8's Drew Coffey, who joins us live from the Beast over in Maysville, just to the northwest of Davenport.
Yeah, and Drew, this has been kind of an interesting morning because temperatures are so cold that road salt having a bit of a challenge. So what are you seeing where you're at right now?
Right now, we're on Highway 130 in Maysville, and as you can see here, it's a little buildup on the roads right now, but like you guys said, the temperatures are so low right now that it's a little hard to kind of do away with them, as you can see. And like I mentioned, when we first got in the Beast, the cold kind of hit me like a truck. Even going into the station, it hit me like a sack of potatoes going with the cold dropping so much, especially compared to when the snow first started dropping yesterday. But yeah, we also are getting a really good sunrise out of it, which is morning. But yeah, this has been a lot. Yeah, the roads are looking a lot better than yesterday, but yeah, we'll kick it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, yeah, still have to be careful in those outlying areas. Drew Coffey live in Maysville, Iowa. Thank you.
All right, now let's take a look at road conditions from a different perspective to help you plan your morning commute.
And looking at this map of Iowa's road conditions, you can see several main roads, including I-74 and I-80, are still at least partially covered with ice. Those are marked by the dotted blue lines. Highway 61 north of Highway 6 is still icy as well. You'll want to be extra careful on all of these roads.
And here's how Illinois roads are looking right now. The pink lines you see here mark roads at least partially covered in ice. In Moline, that includes part of Avenue of the Cities, and further east on I-80 as you head towards Geneseo. Some areas are still fully covered with ice or snow. Now, those are the ones marked in purple. And this morning, kids heading back to class. For updates, as a handful of schools are delayed or closed again today. But on Wednesday, Rock Island Milan School
Welcome back. It's 6:31. Good morning. There's about to be a big difference from yesterday's snowfall to this next system that we're tracking this weekend.
Yeah, and yesterday's, like you said, was pretty. It was glittery, and it was easy to remove. I mean, I shoveled it with just one hand. Didn't even need the two to do the scoop thing, you know.
Right.
But this weekend, no.
Right.
You're going to need all of your energy.
So we didn't need that many complaints yesterday, but
we didn't.
Still get
Story,
them.
we got them.
I know. It's still. I thought we had closed that, right? I thought we had. You're the meteorologist, right? You're the one that put in the work, but you know, I guess people don't see it that way.
I know.
You know.
I know. We're only human, you know.
Right.
Got to have something to complain about.
I thought you controlled the weather and
wish.
Mother Nature.
I wish. I wouldn't be standing right here if that was the case. I'd be up in my mansion in Malibu and who knows what else.
Oh, big pockets, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, but you are tracking a lot more for this weekend. That's why we have a weather impact alert.
Yeah, it does look like we're going to have to tango with another round of snow as we go into the weekend. And yes, some of it is going to impact your Valentine's Day evening plans, I should say. I'll get to that in a second because, you know, you make your own decision what you want to do in terms of this snow coming in. I'll work you through the data here and show you what's going to happen. Interstates this morning, you know, for the most part, we're okay. It's the shoulder on the right and then also the left-hand passing lane that may be a little dicey at times, so keep that in mind as you're driving. The residential streets, of course, still need some work too, and crews are doing that right now as we speak. We only have one little patch, actually a couple patches of green on the map, which is right here Interstate 80 heading into Iowa City. We've got another one with improving road conditions in Bureau County too, but still a lot of those side roads still need some work this morning. So extra minute or two. And here's what I mean. You know, we've been seeing this improve all morning long. Illinois Route 40, First Avenue in downtown Rock Falls, but your side streets still got quite a bit of snow on them to remove at this time. Here's the snowfall roundup. And again, if you do not see your hometown listed in this list, it's because we don't have a measurement for you. There's nothing automated about measuring snow. There's no machine, no piece of technology that will do it. The radar estimate on the left is just that. It is an estimate, and it does have the highest totals right there in Clinton and Jackson County and also into Cedar and Iowa counties. 4 inches Geneseo, 4.5 Davenport, 4 here in Moline, and then 2 in Kewanee, 3 in Burlington, but it was our southernmost hometowns that really missed out on the bulk of the snowfall. Why? Why was that the case? Well, yesterday at about noon, everyone was ready to fire me on Facebook. The comments were just left and right coming in at me because it stopped. We had a little dry slot come in here, but look what happened last evening during the evening commute. Heavy snow came back in. What happened? Why did we get this dry slot? One of the things is all of the moisture was getting cut off with this very large complex of showers and thunderstorms in the southern states. That cut the moisture off, and that led to the dry slot developing with our storm system here. So while everyone didn't get 4 to 8 inches, there were certainly multiple people north of us that did indeed get a lot of snow, while the rest of us got a little bit lower amounts. So weather, as I've always said, this is a very humbling career to be in. You're always learning, always growing, and that's what we're going to do here. 5 degrees outside this morning, feels like 12 below zero. So the wind chills are biting again. The actual temperature 1 below in Clinton. Look at the chills though, 16, 15 below to the north, and we're just getting started with these. They will get worse as we go into next week. Lots of sunshine today. We're only going to see temperatures in the low teens this afternoon. I want to get to our next weather impact alert though, because that is going to be for Friday evening from 4 o'clock through much of Saturday. It'll be for snow, which will be heavy at times, and the need will be to use some extra caution when you're traveling. So if you have Valentine's Day evening plans, there you see the snow working in right during the evening itself. Is travel going to be impossible? No, it's just going to be slow going. So personally, I'm not canceling any of my Valentine's Day evening plans for dinner. I'm keeping those, but we're going to plan on some extra travel time. More snow, light and intensity to come on Saturday. Right now, I think early estimates on the snow, 2 to 4 inches for most Friday night into Saturday. And this will be a wet, heavy snow that will be coming in. Not light and fluffy like the one we've got outside now. We'll do our 14-day tracker next.
Enter to win free LASIK from eye surgeons by attending our webinar. Find out how LASIK may help you end the hassle of glasses and contacts. Register online at esaeyecare.com.
See what's ahead. See a healthier path. See happiness. See one of our eye doctors for an exam. See better, live better with Eye Surgeons Associates.
Weather impact alert for Friday night into Saturday because, again, roads are going to get quite messy, and it's a heavier snow because of those warmer temperatures compared to what we had with yesterday's system. We get into Sunday night, Monday morning, we're talking about wind chills of 25 to 30 degrees below zero. We'll take you out to the next 2 weeks. And contrary to belief, I do not have the power to move Valentine's Day to Saturday. Sorry. Had to update my icon. It is indeed on Friday. It is not on Saturday. There you see, getting into next week, it stays cold. A little bit of warmth, though, will return as we get into week number 2.